of the ones there. This is one that I gave a temporary non-DID. Let's see, Anastasia rules winning. I think she was in the Batman movie. Let's see. And you can see, you can search, description is always their name.
Okay.
Directory number is obviously the extension, and what you're going to do is change this to contains. You want to make sure you know it's contains.
So it's in the, so it's in it somewhere.
Yeah, so we'll go by her name, and I don't even detect her whole name, just Anastasia.
I'll find everybody with that similar.
And there you go, there's her right there.
All right.
So that's her. You're going to click on the phone, and this screen right here is basically what you see. It's like this is the actual physical phone's configuration. If I go into line, then I'm configuring the extension that she has.
Okay.
So it's like two separate things there. Because I can put any extension I want on this phone, and I can move this extension away to some other phone if I wanted to. But I've already configured her. Basically, when you're here, when you're doing this kind of stuff, you're not going to do any of this because it's already done. But all you're doing is selecting Benson for the device pool, the calling space deal. Let's see. Calling search space, all that stuff is Benson. It's pretty easy, just drop down, select Benson. But she's already got that 884. All the Cisco lines, almost all of them, are going to start with 884.
Okay.
And it's not a typo, because you know everything's normally 842, whatever.
Right.
884 for Cisco. The only exception is Slidell. There's a Slidell clinic where they have 830, which is totally different, but don't worry about that.
84 is the most common.
Yeah, 84 is what you're going to be dealing with. And since I've already configured it with that number, and I'll even pull up the Astra Cisco spreadsheet here, this is the numbers that are currently still available. This is what's already been assigned. Here's Anastasia right here. That's why I gave her that number, 34105. Now the thing is, those 34105s, they're called non-DID, direct inward dialing. So they cannot be called from the outside, from a cell phone, or even from the Astra system. If you try to call her from your actually no, this won't accept calls from the outside. It'll still accept calls from Cisco. I mean from Astra, which is anything from the outside, direct dial in.
So I have to call the secondary number first before calling this in.
Well, if you were calling from the outside, you'd get transferred to her, either by
Well,
the
you could
operator
do
or by.
833-3030, then just put that extension in.
That may not work if you're doing it
Okay.
from. I mean, you could try it if you want to, but
Not on that one.
the thing is, she's got she needs for what she does, she needs a regular 2 number, and we just don't have any available. There's just none available here. He's ordered a ton, but none of them are coming in.
Okay.
So all he's going to do is he's going to give you a list of numbers, and you're going to put her. You're going to change her number.
And what number? The directory number?
Yeah, you're going to change this. All you're going to change is that to whatever, to whatever.
Okay.
And then you're going to go down, and all you're going to do is change the number there too. This is just a blank mask. All it means is that when they call you,
That stays there? That's what it shows.
yeah, if she were to call you, you'd only see that number, which is just like the
Okay.
Benson main line. She don't want you to know her actual number. I could show you what to configure on here if you want to, but it's all, you know, you're not going to
So I'm
mess with it.
changing the directory number,
And the line label,
line label,
line text label.
or line text. What about the one either ASCII line text label?
It's actually going to do it by
Oh,
itself.
by itself, okay.
But you can just type it too, it doesn't matter.
Okay, that's not that hard.
Now, the
Not
only
that,
other
not that
thing,
part of it.
this is still on the same user here. We're going to go to the Unity, because she does have voicemail, and I configured it for her current number. You have to change it. But this is going to be extraordinarily simple too. So you just go log into Unity, click on users, and you can even look her up by her number or
Her
by
name again.
34105. We'll do extension contains. And there she is. Click on her name. And then you're just going to change her number right there. Same way you do in the other one. Hit save, and that's it.
Okay.
The only thing you have to do is when you do make the changes here to her number, hit save here, and then go back to her phone. This is still her phone. Hit apply config, and what's going to do is it's going to reset her phone. It's going to come back up with all the correct settings.
I think after everything else is done, come back to this at the end.
Yeah, that's what I typically do. Some things, if you hit save and just let it go, it'll actually reset itself. But some things that require you to force it to apply the configuration. I don't remember which is which, so I just always do it. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's generally all you're going to do for the majority of all these tickets. Now, you're probably going to get more tickets, because, I mean, I do a couple of these every day. You're going to get other requests, you know. You basically, because the thing is, if you wanna give voicemail to somebody who doesn't currently have it, you kinda have to make sure you have to get their supervisor approval, because you can't just give it to them without them being willing to pay for it.
Right.
The DIDs do cost more, I mean, giving them, we would prefer to give them non-DIDs, like some Benson users, they keep these non-DIDs because they don't need to be called from the outside. So it costs our department less and it saves us numbers. So, there's kind of a, try to, if you can, avoid giving them a DID. But these need them, I already know this whole fucking list needs it. So, yeah. That's generally it, that's, all you're doing is changing the number and the voicemail. That's it.
Okay, well, send me the links, and at least for those, I can handle that.
And when you do it, just let the user know.
Yeah, call them and say it should be up with your number.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, send me the links, and I'll save them in. The only ones I have